everyone, welcome to Learn with Reza. So today's lesson will be unit number 17, equations related to grade 8. Right. So in this video I'll be teaching you how to construct simple equations. So that will be like with one unknown. The coefficient will be sometimes an unknown fraction. Then I will teach you how to construct simple equations using the pair of brackets and also how to solve such equations. And finally, you will be able to check the accuracy of the equation after you find the solution of the simple equation. Right, now let's move into the video. Right, first I will teach you the formation of a simple formula. Right, let me take an example. A rectangular flow. Right, a rectangular flow. So you know what's a rectangle? All the angles are 90 degree, opposite sides are equal likewise. So if I take this one as 8 centimeter and this as like 3 centimeter. Now if I want to find the perimeter of this rectangle, listen carefully. Perimeter means you know that all the lengths 8 centimeter plus 8 centimeter plus 3 centimeter plus 3 centimeter. 2 lengths and 2 breadths is the perimeter. So I can write down this as 2 into length plus 2 into breadth. In other words, you can see 2 is common. I can take 2 out and take L plus B in the brackets. So 2 times L is 2L, 2 times B is 2B. So I can make the equation of perimeter is 2 into L plus B. So this is one simple equation to find the perimeter of any rectangle. Next, let's see how to form the formula to find an equation or a formula for finding the perimeter of a square. Now square also the same story, right angle, and notice that they are equal. All the sides are equal. So I will be giving only one side 6 centimeter. So you know perimeter means all the addition of all the outer length. So there are 6 centimeter plus 6 centimeter plus 6 centimeter and 6 centimeter. Altogether there are 4. So 4 times 6 centimeter. In other words, I can tell perimeter is equal to 4L. 4 times the length. 4 times the length. So 4L is another simple equation. So now here I taught you the formation of simple equations for the finding the perimeter of a square and a rectangle. Similarly, children, if you want to find a formula to find the area of a rectangle, let me tell this as length and breadth, and a square, all sides are equal, length let's say. So area is equal to length into breadth. So this is also an equation. Here in this case the square, length and breadth are equal. Length is equal to breadth. So I can tell area is equal to L squared, the length into length. But this is the formula for finding area of a rectangle. So now you know how to construct, to build up a particular equation, a very simple equation for finding the perimeter and the area of rectangles and squares. Now let's go a little bit into deeper, some kind of an advanced questions, let's see. Yeah, so if I tell you the price of an exercise book, just assume that as rupees T. Assume it as rupees T. And if I tell the price of a pen is rupees S, not S also, rupees S less than the price of a book. So rupees S less than the price of a book means, just imagine this T as like 50. So if I tell rupees S less than 50, less than 50 means, of course, that is subtraction. Less T, rupees S less than T means T minus S. So that was the assumption. So that is the price of the pen. Right. So if they are asking you to construct the formula in terms of T and S, this is the way of doing that. S should be subtracted from the amount, the real price of the exercise book, that is T, rupees S less than T. So this is one simple equation that can be built up on the given information. So in other words, if I give you another question, like if they are asking you to find the perimeter of an equilateral triangle, length of a side of an equilateral triangle is L. Equilateral means all three sides are equal. So I can tell that perimeter, you know that the sum of the lengths of the outer part we can call the perimeter. So length plus length plus length. In other words, I can tell perimeter is equal to 3L in a triangle, especially equilateral triangle. Right, if we go into another question. So the next question I'm going to take is something related to your lesson, percentages also. So little knowledge, right? So here what you have to do, now I have taken here, just let's build up a question. If the cost price of an article is X rupees means some students they ask me, what is X means? Why do they say X? X, Y, Z means children, it's nothing. It's just an unknown variable. If we don't know the amount, if it is an unknown amount, we give them some variables X, Y, Z. So if you are feeling hard to deal with these letters, what you have to do, take a pencil and write an amount. Let me put 100 here, cost price. Selling price, let me put 200, simple amounts, easy amounts. Then what will be the profit? It's very simple. You bought it for 100, you sold it for 200. Then your profit will be 200 minus 100. Let me write it. 200 minus 100 equal 100. So this is an assumption. Keep it in your mind, right? That's not the answer. So if they ask you to construct a formula in terms of X, Y and Z to find the profit, what will it be? Profit equal selling price minus the cost price. So here Z equal selling price is Y, cost price is X. This is the formula. So using this formula, we can find the selling cost price also if they have given any certain values. So this is very simple. Equations is a very easy lesson. You have this lesson even for grade 10 and 11 also. So try to grab all the things what I'm explaining here very clearly. Next, let's take another question of constructing a formula. So if I tell a situation like T is obtained by subtracting twice of Q and P. Twice of Q and P. So we have to obtain T by subtracting twice of Q and P. So twice of Q and P, if you subtract, you will getting T. So twice of Q and P you subtract and obtain T. If I say another situation like twice the sum of M and N, twice the sum of M, twice the sum of M, sum means addition, twice the sum of M and N is equal to B. So that means twice the sum of M and N. The most probably the correct equation could be this, because you have to take the common term out. Twice the sum of M and N is equal to B. This is another situation of constructing a formula. Right, now all this time we were talking about constructing formulas. So now let's see solving equations. Solving equations means you are finding a value for the unknown term. So this is there in your syllabus, solving equation. So how to do this kind of solving equation? There are certain things that you have to remember. So we'll take a simple example. X plus 10 is equal to 50. So now you might have learned like terms, unlike terms. So you can see here 10, 15, they are numbers. So I consider them as they are in the same family. So what we can do here, you can isolate x. So to isolate x, the only barrier we have is plus 10. So we have to remove that. If we remove it, automatically this x becomes isolated. So what we have to do to remove the plus 10, you have to do a simple thing. That is, you should subtract 10 from both the sides. You have to subtract 10 from both the left hand side and the right hand side of the equation. Now what we can see here, plus 10 and minus 10, they get cancelled. And x becomes isolated. 15 minus 10, that is 5. So x is equal to 5. So we can check the accuracy of our equation by substituting 5 instead of x plus 10. Then you are getting 15. So our answer is correct. So when addition is there and if you want to remove that part, what you have to do, subtract that value from both the sides of the equation. And what if you were given a negative? X minus 5 is equal to 25. In this kind of an equation, negative 5 is there. To isolate x, what we have to do is, since it is negative, add positive 5 for both the side. Positive 5 for both the side. Negative and positive get cancels, x becomes isolated, and here you get 30. So you can substitute and check your answer. 30 instead of x minus 5. You are getting 25. So x is equal to 30, that value is correct. So what you learned here, when positive is there, subtract it from both the sides and remove it. When negative is there, add it for both the sides and remove it. Next, let's see the products. For example, 5x is equal to 20. In this kind of a situation, since this 5x is formed by the multiplication, what should we do here? Yes, the division part. Divide both sides by 5 because we want to remove 5. So 5 and 5 cancels, x becomes isolated, 20 divided by 5 is 4. You can check your answer by substituting 5 times instead of x we put 4. 5 times 4 is equal to 20. So x equal 4, the value is correct. So here they have joined together by a multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. So to remove that, we divide it from both the sides. Right, next let's see an example like this where x becomes unknown variable becomes the denominator. In this kind of a situation, we have to take x first of all we have to take x for the numerator place. So here, since it is in denominator side, we can't do anything. So what we have to do, since this is done by a division, you have to multiply both sides from x. Then x from this side gets cancelled. 16 comes. 16 is equal to 4x. Now we need x alone. Then this is in a multiplication format. So you can divide both sides by 4. Then x is equal to 16 divided by 4, that is 4. So this is the way of applying the things what you know related to equations for the solving part to find a value for the unknown variable. Right, now let's see another example, a little bit with a complicated part with both addition and multiplication. So I'm telling 2x is multiplication, here addition 3 is there, this is equal to 13. That means first you have to understand what they say. If you add 3 for twice of x, if you add 3 for twice of x will be 13. So as I told you in the first example, first what you have to do is first this plus 3 can be removed. Plus 3 can be taken there, then plus 3 will become minus 3. Plus 3, when it goes to the other side, it will become minus 3. So here 13 minus 3 is equal to 2x. So why only 2x? Because plus 3 is taken to that side. So 13 minus 3 is equal to 10. So 10 is equal to 2x, twice of x. But we need what is 1x. So since it is a multiplication, divide both sides by 2. X gets isolated, 10 divided by 2 is 5. So I can tell x is equal to 5. So you can check the accuracy of your answer by substituting 2 times 5, that is 10, 10 plus 3, that is 13. So this is the way of doing this kind of equations. Well students, now let's see how to construct equations. So this much of time we were solving equations that were already constructed. So now let's see how to construct equation when a statement is given. Right, just take this question into your mind. If I tell you when number 5 is added to half of x, x means I can directly write, but if I say half of x, that should be like this, half of x. The result will be 8. So this is the equation I formed. So that will be a question in your paper when 5 is added for half of x, result is 8. So while you are reading the question, make it a habit that you collect the data and put it in your paper. I did that same thing. I constructed an equation. So what we can do here, the first thing is, this positive 5 you take it there and make it a negative 5. Automatically here x by 2 comes. 8 minus 5, this positive 5 goes there. 8 minus 5 is 3 here. So now half of x is 3 means what is x then? You can remove this 2 by multiplying both the sides. Therefore, x becomes isolated and that is equal to 6. So 8 minus 5, 3. 3 is equal to 6 divided by 2. So both the left hand side and the right hand side of the formula or the equation gets equal. Okay, right. Now this question you consider, I have taken into a diagram to put it in your mind, right? If I tell you this is a parcel, this parcel has two books. One book is X rupees and the other book is 50 rupees. Just assume that. So now the value of the worth of this box is, the books in this box, two books are there, so the worth will be 50 plus x rupees. X is an unknown value, so just imagine that value as another value in your mind if you can't understand. This like 50 plus 50, 100, so value of the books is 100, just like that. So if I tell you value of the books in 5 parcels like this, 5 such parcels, so 5 times this, 5 such parcels, that will be is equal to 750. 750. How to construct the equation now? Worth of one box is x plus 50. You have to understand that one. Rupees x plus 50. So what is the worth of 5 boxes? You have to multiply. So you are getting the brackets now. You have to multiply. So 5 times this one will be equal to, they have given the result also, 750. So I can give you a question for this. How? A parcel has one book of value x rupees, another book of 50 rupees. The value of books in 5 such parcels is 750 rupees. So if they ask you to find what is the value of this book, what you have to do, children, listen very carefully, it's very easy. When simple brackets are given, learn to multiply each term inside the bracket by the term outside the bracket. 5 multiplied by x is 5x plus 5 multiplied by 50 will be 250 is equal to 750. As I taught you in the previous sum, take the number to the other side, positive 250. When it moves to that side, it will become negative 250. So you can subtract easily 0, 0, 5, 5. 7 minus 2 will become again 5. So 5x will become 500. 5 books like this, 5 books which cost x rupees will be 500. But we don't want that. We need the value of one book which is x rupees. So divide both sides by 5. Then you will be getting 100. Divide both sides by 5. You will be getting 100. So the value of x will become 100 rupees. Yes. So this is the way of doing. So repeating again the same thing to understand. One box contain two books. One worth x rupees, one worth 50 rupees. So what is the value of 5 such boxes? They have given 750. So one box the worth is x plus 50. 5 such boxes, I multiplied that. Value is given. To remove the brackets, what did I do? I multiplied each term inside the bracket by the term outside the bracket. I obtained 5x plus 250. This positive 250, I took it there. It became negative 250. 5x became isolated. 5x is equal to 500. To isolate x, I divided both sides by 5 and obtained x is equal to 100 rupees. Now let's take another question. A little bit of nice question. Here I'm going to tell you two brothers, Raj and Raj's brother are there. Raj's brother's age is 3 years and I'm telling that this 3 years is equal to a certain unknown value. That is, let's assume Raj's age as P. So if I tell you that Raj's brother's age is 1 year less than 1/3 of P. 1/3 of P means, you remember, of word means not just a word. It is multiplication. 1 year less than 1/3 of P means 1/3 of P is there. 1 year less than this is equal to Raj's brother's age. Very simple now. -3 take it there. 1/3 of P is equal to, when you take -3, it will become positive 1. Of means multiplication, then 4. Now p by 3 is equal to 4. To isolate p alone, multiply 3 from both the side. P is equal to 12. So Raj's age is 12 years old. Well, now let's take few more questions related to the statement type ones and the bracket with pairs of brackets. So if I tell you there is a rectangular flower bed. What is it? A rectangular flower bed. Okay. So this flower bed, the length is thrice its breadth. So I can tell the breadth is B. Length is thrice its breadth. Breadth B means thrice B. That is the length. Then if I ask you to construct a formula for the perimeter, and the perimeter I will give it as 40 meter. Find the value of the breadth. So what is it? Perimeter is equal to, I told you in the beginning of the lesson, twice 3b plus twice b. So perimeter given 40 meter. Twice 3b will be 6b. Twice b will be 2b. 6b plus 2b, they are like terms. So 8b. 8b is equal to 40. But we need to find the breadth b. Then you have to divide both sides by 8. Therefore, you get b is equal to 5 meters or whatever. Yeah, 5 meters, of course, the unit is meters. So this is the way of constructing a proper equation according to the given statement type problem. Okay, right, a little bit of complicated question let's take now. So if I take 3 people, A, B, C, and I tell their ages as X, Y, Z. Okay, now this person A, I'm saying that this X is there, right? Remember this question very well in your mind. I'm saying age of A is twice the age of B. Twice the age of B. So age of A is twice the age of B means age of A X is equal to twice the age of B. Twice the age of B. Then age of C is 7 years younger than A. Age of C is Z, 7 years younger than A. So A is X years old. 7 years younger than him is X minus 7. Okay. Then I am telling if the sum of the ages of A and C is 38. X and Z sum, X plus Z is equal to 38. Find the age of each person. How to do this now? Age of A is equal to twice the age of B. Age of C is equal to 7 years less than the age of A person. And sum of this A and C is equal to 38. So how to find the sum age of each of these persons? So in all these type of question, you are having a proper relationship, a hidden relationship, like just like this one. I'll consider this as 1, this as 2. This is a very analytical question. Now here this second equation I am taking, second one. Listen carefully. X plus 7 is equal to 38. Sorry, X plus Z is equal to 38, right? So I am taking this Z as X plus this Z I am taking, this Z is equal to X minus 7, isn't it? This Z is equal to X minus 7. So instead of Z I am writing here X minus 7 equal 38. Now can you see like terms? X plus X is 2X. 2X minus 7 is equal to 38. Then I can tell this minus 7 I can take there. What will be the answer? 38 plus 7, what is it? If you take it there, that is 45. That is 45. So I can tell 2x is equal to 45. And then I can find the value of 1x by dividing both sides. And that will be the age of A person. So then if you divide this, you are getting x is equal to 22.5. So that is the age of the A person. So if you were able to find one value, it's really easy for you to find the others, because you can see they are related. X is there in each. So by this one you can find the age of the B person. A person is equal to twice the B person. So I can find the age of Y, the B person. X is equal to 2y. Then y is equal to x divided by 2. So this equation, dividing both sides by 2, I can isolate y. So 22.5 you divide by 2. 22.5 you have to divide by 2. Then you will be getting 11.5. So you will be getting 11.5 for the age of the B person. So nearly 11.5 years is the age of B person. So age of C person will be 7 years less than the age of the A person. So you subtract 7 from the age of the A person, 22.5. Then you are obtaining the age of the person C. So this is how to relate certain problematic equations, and you have to find the answer for the unknown variable. So here the question can be like this. You can write down if you need. Age of Amal is, or the person A is, twice the age of the person B, and age of C is 7 years younger than the age of the person A. Sum of the age of A and C is 38. Find the age of each person. Find the age of each person. So first we have to construct very simple equations using the given data, the provided data, and then connect each equation, substitute one value to the other equation and get the answer. Well, now let's move into the last part of the lesson, solving equations having one pair of brackets. So one pair of brackets, even I did one question. So listen here, first if you get simple brackets like this, I told you whatever the bracket, the terms inside the bracket should be multiplied by the term outside the bracket. So it's like this, 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 3 is 6 equal 10. So this 6 and 10 are numbers, so you can take it the other side, leaving 2x in here. So 10 minus 6 is equal to 4. This 4 is equal to twice x. So to isolate x, you divide both sides by 2. Then you are getting the value for x is equal to 2. So this is very easy, the solving equations with brackets. So if you a little bit go into the subtraction parts and all, I'll take another example. 5 into 1 minus 3x. Let's tell. Yeah, that will give value also. Result is 20. So as I told you before, multiply each term inside the brackets. 5 by 1 5 minus 5 by 3 15x. This is equal to 20. So here you can see the value what we are going to find is being negative, right? So if you like negative, you can keep it. If you don't like negative, what you have to do is a very simple work. You can carry to the other side, or else we can just continue in this manner, leaving 15x this side. This positive 5 you can take it there. So negative 15x is equal to 20 minus 5. How minus 5 came? The positive 5 came there. So 20 minus 5 is 15, negative 15x. Some children, they forget to put the negative mark, so don't do that. To isolate x, divide both sides by negative. So negative 15 get cancels, x become isolated. So positive divided by negative is negative. So 15 divided by 15 is negative 1. 15 divided by 15 is 1. Positive divided by negative is negative. So the answer for x will be minus 1. Right, now let's go to the next one. In solving equations in simple brackets, 2 times 3 minus 4x minus 1 equal minus 19. So here look at the board now. Simple brackets are there. So we have to remove the brackets by multiplying. 2 times 3 is 6 minus 2 times 4 is 8x. And this minus 1 write as it is, that is negative 19. Take this negative 1 and positive 6 to the other side because they are numbers. Leaving this negative 8x alone here. negative 19 here, positive 1 will come here, negative 6 will come here, right? Negative 6 will come here. So now you see all are negative and negative, it's very ugly. What we have to do, make all positive. Just a very simple work. Take this side, it becomes positive. Take them to this side. Negative 19 becomes positive 19. Positive 1 becomes negative 1. Negative 6 becomes positive 6. So 19 minus 1 is 18. So 18 plus 6 is 24. That 24 is equal to 8x. So now say all positive easy. If they are negative, it's really hard for you. So always try to be positive. Make your thoughts positive. Divide both sides by 8. Then what happens? 8 and 8 cancels. X is equal to 3. So the value of the unknown term is 3. You can substitute your answer and see 4 times 3, 12. And you can solve it and see whether you are getting both sides in left hand side and the right hand side of the equation negative 19. Then let's take another one. It's a little bit of harder one. If you understood the previous one, it's easy. So if you know the basic thing, you know what to do to isolate the unknown term x. So listen here. 5 is there through a division. So we have to remove negative 2 and positive 5 because they are the barriers for us to isolate x. So to remove positive 5, you can multiply 5 from both the sides. Then you can cancel them automatically. X becomes isolated with negative 2, still not completely. So to remove negative 2 from both the sides, you can add negative 2. 2 times 5, 10. 10 plus 2, that is 12. Here negative 2, positive 2 get cancels and x is equal to 12. So that is the value of x. So we can substitute and let's check the answer. 12 minus 2 over 5. Are we getting 2? 12 minus 2, 10. 10 divided by 5, that is 2. So our answer is correct. So this is the method of solving equations with simple brackets. So here you can have a bracket also. In some certain situations, you can have the brackets as well. Okay. So that bracket is nothing, just you have to remove it. Yes, so I thought of giving another question, a little bit of advanced one related to the one I did previously, something like that, this way one. And I will give you here a negative one, equalizing it to a fraction. So you can see now there are lots of things to be taken to that side to make this x alone, or else take this. Now you can see our value is a negative one. All right, so we have to make it positive. So this, what I'm going to do is first this negative one I'm taking there. Then 3 minus x upon 2 is equal to 3 over 7 plus 1. This one we can solve first. So there we are getting, you can make the common denominator 7. 7 comes here also because here 1, always remember whole numbers denominator is 1. 1 by 7, 1 by 7. 7 plus 3, that is 10 by 7. Now here 3 minus x over 2. To remove this 2, I can multiply both sides by 2. It cancels. So 3 minus x is equal to 20 by 7. You can see the negative x is here. So what we have to do, this positive 3 if you take there, that becomes a negative 3. That becomes a negative 3. So what the better thing is, carry this negative x there, it becomes a positive x. Carry these positive people here, they become negative. So now it's very easy. If you make the common denominator into 7, what you get here? I can write it here. 21 over 7 minus 20 over 7 will be equal to the x. So 21 minus 20 will be, from 21 if 20 is gone, that will be 1. So x is equal to 1 over 7. So what did we do here? The first thing, we took the negative 1 there, it became positive 1. Then we made a common denominator because during addition what we have to do is we have to make the common denominators. So or else you can take 1 3 by 7, the mixed fraction as well. So I made it with 7, 7 plus 3. So we can add, when the denominators are same we can add. So then 10 by 7 comes. To remove this 2, I multiplied 2 from both the side. So 2 got cancelled from here. There it became 20 by 7. This 3 minus x came. So we know that this is negative. Is easy, if we make it positive directly, we are getting the answer. So I made it positive by taking it there, and this positive fraction I took it here and made it negative fraction, minus 20 by 7. And then if we make the common denominator only, we can solve this. So I took common denominator by multiplying both numerator and denominator by 7. So 7 times 3, 21, and 21 minus 20 is 1 over 7. So x is equal to 1 over 7. You can leave your answer as a fraction or as a decimal, but the better way I suggest is you can keep your answer as a fraction. So hope you have understood this question. Okay, right, the last question. Last but not the least. So what we have to do, we have to solve this equation. So I told you, when simple brackets are given, multiply each term inside the bracket by the term outside. 2 by 5 is 10 minus 2 by 2 is 4x equal 4 by 2 is 8 minus 4 by 3 12x. Can you see like terms? Yes. So what you have to do here is, now you have to think whom to carry. Like all the like terms you have to take to one side. X people you take one side, numbers you take to the other side. So 12 is a negative number here. So it's better we bring this bigger number 12 to a positive side. So then I can take 10 minus 4x plus 12x is equal to 8. So what did I do there? I added 12 from both the side. So automatically this gets removed. Then I can arrange this in the proper manner. How? 12x positive, 4x negative. What happened to this 10? I am taking this positive 10 there. Then it will become a negative 10. 8 minus 10. 12 minus 4 is how much? That is 8x. 8x is equal to negative 10 and 8 means what? You have negative 10. 10 negatives and 8 positives. You have 8 positives. Then 8 positives you can cancel. 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So who is remaining? Negative 2 remaining. So here negative 2 comes. So divide both sides by 8. Then what happens? X is equal to minus 1 over 4. Dividing by 2 times table. Answer comes in negative format. So don't be scared when your answer comes in negative format, because negative numbers are also integers. So 2 times 5, 10 I multiplied. 2 into 2, 4. It's a negative 2, negative 4. Same way I multiplied the other side. Took the like terms to one side. And then I solved it and got a certain value for x, that is negative 1 by 4. Yes children, so I hope this video has been helpful for you to cover up the equation lesson. So what I suggest you is, please practice more statement type of questions that will improve you in equations. So equations is not hard. You should know how to construct equations and how to solve constructed equations, and how to apply your knowledge on equations for these statement type of questions, how to deal with equations with simple brackets, curly brackets and other square brackets. Later on you will learn that. And make sure that you understand that how to carry the one value in one side to the other side. If you carry negative, it will become positive. If you carry a positive, it will become a negative. How to carry the product multiplication by dividing from both the sides. How to carry the divided part in multiplication format. Those things you have to keep in your mind. So hope this video was helpful. So if this was helpful, please like, share and subscribe. And thanks for watching my video.